He got a full 12 hours of sleep, and tonight he's like, yes. The baby got like 12 hours of sleep yesterday, like last night. That is a fluke. I don't know what happened. So the end, you guys, the end of an era, a chapter, I guess you said, not even an era, but the end of a chapter for me. And it's so crazy to think, like, for 3 years, almost 3 years now, I have been running and managing and taking care of a business and have really enjoyed my job. I've really enjoyed the people and my customers. Like, I really do. Like, I'm gonna miss all of that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie about that. Like, I'm really gonna miss the people. But I got the call today that the position is filled and Saturday is my last day. So, like, I put in my notice. So, oh, thank you. So I had put in my notice with him. Gosh, it's been almost 3 weeks now. It's hard to believe it's already been almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and I told him that I would stay with him until February 26th, which would be the last Sunday that I would be able to work, and then he would have to make sure he had somebody by then. But he ended up putting together a plan that works for him. I'm kind of sad about the way he did things to the other employee, but, like, you know, business is business, and he does what he thinks is right for the business. I'm being abused. Oh shoot, nope, you guys can keep your COVID. I'm actually working on something right now, and I want to put that plan into effect. So it's something I've been working on for probably about 2 months, working and putting stuff together. Speaking of which, I need to go ahead and download the remaining portions onto my computer. But for me anyway, I am wanting to do something really beneficial to, like, the community and the communities I'm a part of, and so I want to kind of help out. And so there's something I'm working on. I'll kind of tell you guys once I've got everything lined up, and then I'm going to be putting together a portfolio piece to kind of help out. I'm going to have Sarah as my muse, because I'm going to need somebody of her age group for the photographs. And then I think I have a couple other people that I'm going to reach out to. I know that their kids are graduating soon, so I'm going to have them come in and also do a couple photo shoots with them, because I need the graduating class age group. And so I'm going to do that and then put together the portfolio so that it can be out there. I've just seen you stressed out so much. Quite honestly, you just need to take a break. Right. I think for me, the stress came from, baby? Open your door and look at this kid. Oh, you want me to climb down after just getting everything situated? Yes, I do. Hold on. I just don't want to freeze. That's why I shut the door. Well, then turn the air down. Hold on, guys. I'm here. Oh, God, I almost knocked the whole rig over. Oh, my God. Your son is crazy. Why is he, like, attacking you? He's being mean. Oh my God. Okay, I have to try to just remember I'm short. I don't have the ability to do that. Ow! Your son's lost his mind. You think? Just a little bit. Okay, now I gotta try to get back up here without knocking everything down again. Being a butt. Okay. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. There's 2 of you. There's 2 Chris's. He's done lost his mind. Look at him go. He's like, I'm doing it again. And you're at it again, huh? You getting her? You getting mama? Yeah? Yeah, I think a lot of the stresses came from, well, the lack of sleep, for one. Yep, they've both lost their damn minds, I know. She's laying on the floor with him, and he is literally climbing on her and bouncing on her. and like he's licking her face and her ear and pulling on her hair. He has lost his mind. He is too funny. He's like, come here, Mom, hairstyle. Look at you standing up like a big boy. Yeah. He's gonna need a diaper change again. He's ate a lot today. But he did a lot of walking yesterday, so he's learning.
Coconut water, so.
Yeah, he is drinking coconut water.
You're gonna get your little toesies hurt.
Careful, Tonks. Careful. We're good. Like I said, the stress previously that I was under was one, constantly, like I was working constantly. I felt like we only have one. We have Tonks, and he's doing great. But like all the stuff that was going on with finances and things were just, it was like as soon as we thought we'd have our head above water, we would get drowned by something else. Something else would break. Something else would go wrong. Just, it was constant. But I now officially have a new vehicle.
On my head.
I know, I see this. But, things worked out with my lawyers and we got some things taken care of. I was able to...
Carly O'Brien, no.
I was able to get a new vehicle, so we don't have that worry anymore because the other vehicle was constantly an issue and constantly a problem. We've got a couple things we're repairing in the RV right now, but that's all already taken care of finance-wise, that's already all paid for. We're just now doing the work. So that's a big bonus and a big plus. So, it's like there was all these little things that had piled on top of each other. And then on top of that, neither of us were getting any sleep. Little one he just doesn't sleep. And we got kind of really lucky yesterday. He got an early bath and he ate so much food yesterday. And then he got a nice early bath and then he laid here with me on the bed and he crashed out. And that was at like 6:30 in the evening, and he was out until 6:30 in the morning. Like, he went to sleep and stayed asleep. But he was walking a lot yesterday, like holding Sarah's hand and just walking everywhere. Oh, of course, Joseph. So it's been great. Like, things are finally like looking up, and I'm finally retiring from like the actual like working world, like the 9 to 5-ish, the 40-hour week grind, and now I can grind the way I want to versus grinding again for somebody else and busting my butt for somebody else and then having to explain to other people why certain things aren't getting done or why certain things aren't being kept up with or certain things aren't being purchased, stuff like that, and here, you're given a role of being in charge and you do the things that that you would do if you were in charge any other place, but then being told that you can't do those things at this place. Saying, hey, I'm going to put these things on an order form, and then being told, no, that's not your place to do that, but yet you need to put the orders in. So it was always there was always mixed information. We'd be told one thing by one person, and then the
why do you have to be so distracted?
Whatever you call it, like the general, or what do you call it? The regional manager would say one thing, the owner would say another. And so it was always mixed information. So it just made the job really, really hard in certain aspects.
He pulled the entire thing out of the outlet.
The whole plug? Of course.
No, screw it. I'm just let my phone die. I'm tired.
Your phone's not going to die. But... yeah, and that's hard, like, especially when your income is relied upon. Yeah, for me, of course, my income was what's relied upon for myself, Sarah, and the baby. But I'm able to retire now, and I have an income without having to worry about doing a 40-hour work week. But the good part is now I can actually do work in the field that I went to school for, I studied for, got a degree for, and I'm ready to kind of really take those reins and do that because it'd be really, really beneficial. And for myself, my mental health, for, just in general, I want to get out there and go for the things that I went to school for. There we go. If you wonder why the curtain back here is moving, I have the window open. It's so stinking beautiful outside today. So. The Tribal Water Company is out here again. I wonder what they're doing. Last week, I was at work and I get a call from Sandra and she's like, so the water's off on the property. Not sure how long it's going to be, but a water main broke. And as we get home that night, there's all this crew down the street and they were still working on the water main. And we got here, there was still no water. And got up the next morning, still no water. And then about halfway through the day, I think it was roughly around 1 o'clock, we had water. But they were working all the way up the road. They tore pretty much the entire road up, all the way up our street, to try to fix the water main. So, but here you guys go. Oh, I could do to help my dad get through the... Yeah. No, I get it, Yosef. But like, if your dad says don't get involved, don't get involved. Like he knows what's best in that situation. So I would say let him handle whatever's going on. So yeah, it sucks. So, but other things. So anyway, you guys, I have been watching. First of all, I've watched people play the game. I've never played the game myself, but this game came out a while ago, like 2006, I think is when the first game came out, which is The Last of Us, the gameplay. The game came out, I think, in 2006. So I've seen a lot of people play this game, right? Like a lot of people. And I really enjoy the story, the storyline, the whole thing altogether is really, really good. Now, I've also watched people play Resident Evil, and the game is amazing. Now, the funniest part is I watched the first Resident Evil movie way before I ever knew there was a game, and that's kind of weird, I know. And I liked the movie, but then I saw the game and watched a few people play the game, and I was like, oh my god, nothing against Mia Jovovich, however you say her name, but her character role play is really good. Like, right, she does really, really amazing with the character. However, they seriously lack a lot of stuff in the movie in comparison to the Resident Evil games. The Resident Evil games are amazing. The movies, in hindsight and in all honesty, suck in comparison to the game. And then there's a couple of other like game to movie adaptations that are just so bad. They've never nailed it. They've never gotten it right. It's never really like come out like decent. And so I have watched a lot of The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. I've seen a lot of that gameplay, the storyline, the whole thing is really, really, really good. So when they said they were making a series on HBO adapting the game to series, I was very skeptical. But I saw the trailers come out, and at first I was like, they have Bella Ramsey playing Ellie, and I was a little skeptical about that because Bella Ramsey played in Game of Thrones, and by the way, she is absolutely fantastic in Game of Thrones, and that's where I know her from. She's done other stuff, but I don't remember her from those. I remember her from Game of Thrones. She is she's an older young lady than what she's playing in this, but because I think she's like 20 years old, but she is playing Ellie, who is a 14-year-old, but she looks very young. Just so you know, just FYI. She's very young in appearance, so it's a-okay. But sitting there, and at first, when I saw the trailers, I was like, And Pedro Pascal, if you guys know him, he's from a lot of things. He's amazing. He also played in Game of Thrones. And sorry, I'm a Game of Thrones fanatic. Love it. And his action in that, I won't say his outcome in that show. I just say that his action and his acting and his portrayal of the character in Game of Thrones was absolutely fantastic. And several of his other works are fantastic. But to see him, like, he's going to play the role of Joel. And he nails it. Even in the trailer, I saw it and I was like, okay, I can go for Pedro playing Joel. But I finally got to sit down and watch the series. So I've been watching it as it's releasing each week. It's now up to episode 4. Episode 5 is supposed to be an early release this coming week. I'm not sure why, but they're supposed to do an early release of episode 5. But so far, because they made a few changes, and I found out after the first episode was over. I watched the first episode and fell in love with it. Even though there was a couple changes they made, I was like, wait a second. But that aside, it was really good changes. The director and whatnot and the writer of the actual series came on, and it's the same dude who wrote the game. So I was like, so that's why this is going to be so good, and why it is so good, because they took the guy who wrote the game. I mean, he wrote the game. It's his story. It's his gameplay. It's, you know, this was what his thing was. It was his baby, and he's now adapted it and wrote it and whatnot for the series. And he said the things that he is changing in the series are things he wishes he had done for the gameplay. So anything that you see that's a slight change or a deviation from the gameplay is because he wished he had done it in the gameplay. And it's not anything huge. They're not like these massive deviations. And there's added stuff. So there's things that you hear talked about in the game that are like mentioned or in passing, but he's playing them out in detail. So you get to, because in a game, you're one character. You're playing that character. You're playing from their perspective, their view. So all the other stories that are going on around you, you're not a part of. You stumble into things or into characters, and those characters become a big part of pulling you to certain points in the gameplay. But you don't get to you don't get to see their background. You don't get to see their story leading up to that encounter. And so far, he's done that with a couple of the characters, a couple of the plot lines, where how they end up intermingling and how they come to know each other and how they come to be. So you get to see these other parts of the story, and it is so amazing. And so getting to see Bill and Frank's story, and getting to see what's her bucket? I always forget. Starts with an M. But yeah. Carlisle, what are you doing, sir? He's going to fall. He's going to pull that whole thing down on top of himself. Carlisle,
Bobby,
leave that alone. Come on. Yep. Just like that. Yeah, I told you I was going to give you an owl. The little sad face he makes when he's like, oh. He's like, I'm disabled now, Mom. You gotta help me. All he did was pull the gate and it wiggles, and so he let go because it wiggled and he fell backwards. He's okay. He's just like, mum. Aww. He's so tired right now. But yeah, so I have been watching that series right now, The Last of Us. I'm wondering how they're going to play this out. If they're gonna do like, how, because it's supposed to be a series, and I'm just wondering if they're gonna do just like a 2-series thing, a 2-season thing, where you're gonna get the first gameplay, like the Last of Us game, and then the Last of Us 2. If they're gonna just do 2 seasons of this, or are they going to stretch this out, and we're not gonna see, like if you've played the game or watched the gameplay, then you know that there's like a resolution to the game. Right, the game comes to a point, comes to a head, and things happen, and then it ends there. And then you go into The Last of Us Part 2, and Ellie is grown, and things like that. So you go into that with Ellie and Joel and everybody into Part 2. So it's like, you know that things come to a head in part 1, but are we going to get to that point in this, or are we going to get a bunch of more background stories and then they're going to cut it at like a certain point and then start a new season? I don't know. I do know that they said they finished the whole, like, all the recording is done, like the whole series is shot. So it's already been filmed. Like, they started filming this a couple years ago. So this has all been filmed already. And Bella Ramsey was younger when she filmed it versus where she's at age-wise now. So when she's playing the role, I think she's playing it when she was 16, 17, doing this role. So, you know, little Mr. Cranky Mom. He's got a lot to say. And he's so tired, and he will not go to sleep on his own. Like, he wants someone to be curled up with him. Such a little bonehead. What was that noise? Aww. Aww. The little tired face as he's rubbing his face on your... He's such a booger. He's like, come here, Mom, let me bite your fingers. Aww. It's the licking your shirt for me that he keeps doing. He's like, here, let me pick your nose.
Ow.
How interested he is. He's like, come here, let me see. Let me see, I'll help you. He's like, here, you said you needed help, right, Mom? Oh, he's just picking on her.
Don't shove your fingers up my nose, Bobby. Stop.
Lay down.
No.
I'm waiting for my cousin to call because we're supposed to be getting the tire redone on the RV. So I'm just waiting for him to call when I've got an opening so we can get my tire done. But I have a feeling it's not going to happen today. And then I have work the next 3 days. And then I'm done. I'm officially done. So Friday I will drive up and pick up my checks because he's because he is putting in with finance that I'm gonna work these last 3 days and then that's it, I'm done. And I will get my 2 checks and my check for this that I normally would get this Friday, and then the last check for the last 2 weeks. So yeah, or the last week, it'll be a last week check. So because I think it's off by, like, you work 2 weeks and then it goes off by a week. So yeah, I will get the 1 week check. So that's awesome. Wow, it's a big bug. But anywho, we took the baby's big gate thing out into the park area earlier, set it up and let him just play and run around outside for a little bit. It's nice out there. But yeah, I'm kind of excited, you guys. I'm like, it doesn't feel quite real yet. Like, this is like, normally when I would be leaving a job to go to something different, there's all these anxieties that go with it and like uncertainties and whatnot. And I'm just like, I'm actually leaving a job, one, on really good terms. Like, I left another job on really, really good terms. That was when I was working as a manager with KFC. That was because I'd gotten really, really sick, but we were able to, when I was told by my doctor that I needed to actually, like, I was going to be going through some treatments for a while, and I needed to not be adding any stress to my life. I had to take a step back. And so when I put that information in, I was you know, when I left that position, it was done with grace and with amazing people behind me and with a great support system. So this time around, I'm leaving. For retirement purposes, I am leaving this position and going to carry on with other things that I truly enjoy. And so, like I said, speaking of which, I do need to get my computer out and download the thing that I need on my computer, because there's quite a few things I need to finish downloading on there so that I can get the portfolio stuff finished. Because I am purchasing the entire Adobe Creative Cloud instead of doing a monthly payment. So if you just purchase the thing, Adobe Creative Cloud, just pay for it in full, and then it's yours. And you don't have to pay for any. You don't have to pay for it in the future. Once you have it, you have it. It's yours. And then you can download it again on a different system with your information key. He's like all aggressive. What is he doing? What are you doing, Carlisle? What are you doing? Are you being crazy? Oh yeah, by the way, I took a bath yesterday. I shower in here all the time, but we got a big, huge tub to fit inside of the shower, so it fits the whole shower. We got it because we wanted it for the baby, and so I got this really heavy duty, really thick Sterilite tub, whatever you want to call it, tote, and I put it in the shower, and it's a tight fit, like you have to squeeze it in there. But I was able to fill it up yesterday, and I'm small enough that I was able to totally like chill out in it, take a hot bath. And let me tell you what, it was amazing to take that hot bath. So it's something I needed. I needed to soak my bones. And I soaked my bones, and it was nice. Dad. Yay! Finally! Finally! He did it! Yay! Sarah's dying. Oh my god! Finally got it. Oh my god. This baby has refused to say dada. He said mama, baba,
Oh my god.
mama, and finally, he'll even go yeah. He finally said da. Da. Yeah. Da. Yay! Aww.
Yeah, babe.
He finally got it.
He did it.
He'll go.
Be proud of him, Dada.
He-
A Dada. What is F?
Yeah, Baba. And then he bites your boob. Okay, that's the way to do it.
Dada. A Dada. Dada.
He's yelling it.
Oh, you're so cute.
He'll bite his noggin.
I'm so proud of you.
Getting to be such a big boy. His little red face right now. He's all.
That was a fucking shocker. Just out of nowhere. Da.
He's
Oh my
too
God.
stinking cute. By the way, you guys, we bought a gate that we set up in here. I'll show you guys. As long as he stays facing that way. Hold on. We put a gate up. So we finally installed this gate that goes all the way across and has the swinging open thing. So now he just has that whole area to play in.
I know, right?
Oh, man. Hold on, I gotta put you guys back on the thing. Hold on. I moved you guys.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so we bought
Still
the
say
gate so you could open and close it and go in and out of the living room area. But it allows him to have the whole area without accessing the stairs. Because the stairs are got the metal rimming around them, and we don't want him falling down those. And then we have the kitchen area, which has got all the drawers and stuff like that. That if he grabs it and like pulls up, he will fall. And the one step again, he was standing up completely by himself, unassisted. He was doing that yesterday, all day yesterday. He'd just stand in the middle of the room, just stand there. And then he took one step towards Sarah as he and it's not really necessarily a step. He just falls forward and he takes that one step to prevent himself from biffing it. But yeah. He's like, don't you let go of me. He didn't hit it, thank goodness. I think it startled him more than anything. He didn't hit it. It was the toy hit it, but he didn't hit it. Oh yeah, we get the dance grooves. We get the dance grooves on.
Getting some air.
Guys, this is so funny. Watch what he does. If Sarah can get him up, you can see what he does. Oh yeah, get that dance grooving on. Dance groove, dance groove. Oh, little bean. He's so stinking cute. He dances like that all the time. It's so cute. You act like you're dying over here. It is nice and cool in here. You're all right, old man. You're all right. You're all right.
Stand.
This old boy.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Where are you going?
He wants inside your shirt, clearly.
I know.
You're trying to back him up and he's like, no! He's like nose diving into your shirt.
You need a butt.
Oh yeah, get that wiggle on. He just finished eating a bunch of Spanish rice and some beans and some carne asada. He loves food, you guys. What can I say? I'm gonna climb on everything, even though I don't know how to quite walk yet. He wants your shirt. Told you. The fact that he does it, he's like, come here.
Dad making weird noises. Oh God. Just threw you across the RV. It's fine.
He's like, Dada.
Dada. He said Dada. Dada.
Dada.
Dada. Dada. Dada. You don't need that.
He's like, yeah. What's the F's for?
Papa.
He only whispers "pa." It is so funny. Uh-huh. You go "pa" at him. He goes
Dada. Dada. Good job.
"da."
Dada.
Hi, Daddy. There you go.
Dada.
The whispers. It's the whispers for me.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
I can't wait till he finally says good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Good Lord. That truck went flying down the road. He almost hit this other truck.
Come on.
Holy cow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bud. Holy cow. They go too fast. There you go. He put his foot out to correct up so he didn't fall forward.
You missed it. He wanted to walk towards you. He
Mhm.
got 1 foot ahead of him, and then he was like,
Why does he climb you like a little monkey? It's so cute. Oh. And now when we hang out with Tatum, it won't be on the weekends, Sarah. Which is kind of crappy when you think about it. Oh, man. Because that's when all the fun stuff's going to happen is on the weekends, and she's going to be working the weekends now. So it really sucks, by the way. So my other girl that works there, she works like the beginning of the week. I work the weekend, so she has weekends off, right? The reason why we did that is because she has a little one. And so we wanted it to where I don't have a baby. Sarah has a baby. I don't have a baby. I wanted it to be where because she has a baby, I wanted her to be able to have her weekends off to do family events, city functions, stuff like that with her little person. Well, now that I'm leaving, instead of him getting the other person to work my days, which he was supposed to be hiring to fill my days, he's now moving her to the days I'm working and moving our other person from a different store up there to now take over management to work the management days. I was the only manager who was working weekends, and I chose to work weekends specifically so that she could have weekends off. But instead, like he had asked her if she would be willing to take over management and stay on the schedule she's on, because that's usually that's the position managers work anyway. So she was already on that schedule. So it just made sense to leave her as the manager, leave her in that schedule and make her manager. She knows that shop. She's been in that shop. She knows that place like the back of her hand. And now she's being moved to work the weekends, and the other person is going to take over management and work the schedule she's on. So I'm kind of really upset about that, because she was already told she was going to see the new pay on her check this week, that she was going to start taking over that position. So all week I've been training her the last 2 weeks in the management position, giving her all the information she was going to need, showing her like the different ways to do like the bag count and the envelope count and how to set up each envelope setting, all that stuff. And it was all for naught. It was like literally pointless, because she's just had the whole position yanked out from under her. And I'm so irked about that. That's not even okay. And now the plans we all had, now that I wouldn't be working anymore, was that we were going to start getting together on the weekends. Well, now she works the weekends. So I will work this final Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is her 3 days off. So she'll have these 3 days off, these next 3 days off. But then Sunday, she will come in. I'm not coming, I don't have to work Sunday, but I do have to go there Sunday to give my keys over to Shar. So give my keys over to her, so she has the keys for the bag set up. And then, I see that. But give her the keys, and then I'm done. So
what?
I mean, I could technically call and be like, "Hey, look, I'm not gonna come up Sunday. I'm just gonna put the keys in the safe."
Mom.
He's getting so good at it. Girl, we need to get him on camera. He's doing it all by himself. He's going to start walking here really soon. He just doesn't realize he's standing up for a moment. He's like, hey, don't let go. His little soggy diaper. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? You got your hammer? Yeah? You gonna come over here with it? What you got, Carlisle? His little steps while he's leaning into you. Oh! Is he okay?
He's fine.
He hit his face.
It's Mom,
the cushion.
Right there.
Okay. I was like, jeez. What are you doing, buddy? Carlisle. Hi, baby. Hi. Are you trying to walk? What are you doing? He's catching his balance. Look at him go. Hi, buddy. Oh my God, he's standing completely up on his own. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, skettios.
Uh-oh, skettios. It fell down. What are you doing, buddy? He gets so distracted. If he didn't get so overly distracted, you guys, it'd be so amazing. Because he would be walking already. We're kind of excited for him to walk. I know that other people will be like, oh my God, you want him to stay little for longer, whatnot. But we are really excited for him to walk. One, because it will allow us to get him outside and let him play out here, run around, give him something like to physically do during the day. Right now with the crawling and stuff like that, he just, the grass and whatnot is just not the best place for his little tiny self to crawl around in with the ants and everything. So him being able to put on little shoes and run around. Well, speaking of which, you needed to go look and see if you were going to do the other things. If not, I can just put the order in. I said, if you're not going to put on those other things on the list, I'll just put the order in.
That's fine.
Okay. So. Oh, somebody's tired. He's like, let me have that, Mom. You got it? Good job. He's like, give me it. All right, you guys. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get our order put in so that way we have that ready to go. We finally did get a P.O. box. I'm not going to share the P.O. box information just yet, just because that is our actual like mailing address. That is officially our mailing address. Now that we're going to be traveling. So oh my God, we have to figure out where we're going to go for our first like actual vacation time.
Mama is right here. Say Dad.
I think what I want to do is get everything filled up on here. Yeah.
Dada.
Oh yeah, tell him I want to look at the Hogwarts Legacy on my Xbox.
I don't know if you heard her or not.
So.
She said that she wants to talk to you about getting the Hogwarts Legacy one on the Xbox.
I don't know which one is going to be less price, so I'm going to look them up, both of them, and see what the cost is. Huh?
He already pre-ordered the
Oh, did he already pre-order the other one?
I think
Oh no, okay, I didn't know he already paid for it. Okay, no, if he already pre-ordered it on for my Switch, then no, don't worry about it. We'll just get it on the Switch.
Yeah, Dada.
I love that he's just like literally practically taking your shirt and ripping it. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to do this order real quick and then see if Sarah and I can figure out something to do with the baby, like activity-wise, so we can do some stuff to kind of tire him out. He's tired. Yeah. So you guys are amazing, and there will be more streamage type stuff going on once everything is all settled. And yeah. So last 3 days of work, you guys. Last 3 days. And we'll talk to you later.
You.